Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cappy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Emperor card, right? This is a card that's actually been quite active for you guys of recent, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of you are doing that Capricornian thing and rising up the ranks. One of the things that I will say to you with this card though, it can sometimes be where you are having to really get a hold of your own personal authority and or self-sovereignty. So this could be a powerful week for you of interacting with a boss or an authority figure. For some of you, this may be that you are becoming the boss or the authority figure. This feels, if I'm honest, like a lot of new responsibility for a lot of you. And, you know, as they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So this could be some really great advancement for you, but it is going to be a week of hard work, right? Which is something that you guys aren't necessarily stranger to, but you are having to really dig in this week to do the work or to get something done. For your, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. And if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is you stepping onto the next level, right? So the next level or the next plateau. The reason I say this is because I kind of get the feeling, so the Knight of Pentacles, it doesn't give anything fast. This is actually a card that is very tied to Capricornian energy, the way that I see it. What I will say is this is you putting to, so this week, this is you putting together the plan that takes you to the next goal, to the next thing, right? So this could be a great week of culminations or appearances in some way, but it could just as easily be a week where you're saying, okay, now that I've done this, I now need to turn my time, my energy, my effort to what comes next. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Judgment card. This is a big conversation that's coming up for some of you to do with the job or the work, but for some of you, this I feel is going to come up on a more personal level. This could be a lot of you laying to rest an old conversation, something that has gone on and on and on for the longest time. So this could be any manner of legal situations. This could be you laying to rest something that has taken up more of your time, effort and attention that you would have liked. It could just as easily be for some of you a time where you're saying, okay, let me get the information from a first-hand source, right? So you're not waiting to be told something, you're going direct to whoever you need the information from. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, remember the Judgment card can be a call to action. And with that Emperor card, this suggests to me that maybe something that you're doing is either very pioneering or it's going to require a bigger push or input from you because it's not been done before, right? And when something hasn't been done before, when we don't have, you know, the scope for it in our wheelhouse, doesn't matter how gifted the teachers around us are, they're flying blind as well. So if you're stepping into new territory with whatever you're studying or whatever your thesis is or wherever you're going, it may be that you're having to go out on a bit of a limb because nobody around you has the information that you need, which means it's going to be a lot more work, but it could also be a lot more fulfilling. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, that's change of management, change of the upper sort of circles of power. It could also be a time where gifts, benefits, rewards maybe rewards or benefits that you get from your job are starting, the structure of them are starting to change. And so you may see this and think, not sure how much more viable this job is then if the benefits from the job are being cut. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this may be a time where you can really change, or you might be looking at changing or rebranding your business in some way to, you know, to bring new products or to bring new services or to start branching out what your business is known for. So maybe you're bringing something else under the banner of what you do, which could be just as exciting. For those of you that are retired, this would be a week to get your ducks in a row, right? Cross your T's, dot your I's, look at your paperwork, you know, do all of the morbid sort of unsexy work, writing wills, all the rest of it. And not because you need to, or I'm saying like, oh, Raf's saying I need to get my will in order. It's not that, it's just this would be a good week to take care of the long haul stuff. For your love and relations, you've got the Seven of Wands. So this with the Knight of Pentacles, for you and a partner, for those of you that are partnered, married, in long-term commitments, you are turning a corner here. But this also looks like you're gaining some new insight or some new information within a relationship that might at first present as a little bit challenging. It might be because you and your partner are not seeing eye to eye on the best way to approach a challenge that you're having. The challenge, after all, affects both of you, so you have to find a middle ground, right? The other thing with that Seven of Wands, for those of you that are single and looking, especially because you've got the Judgment card here, this could be somebody that you've had maybe a challenge or an issue with previously. And if that is the case, I would just be very mindful of who you want to welcome back into your life and if there is actually any space for them. For your money and materials, you've got the Six of Wands. This is nice, especially with the Judgment card. That is old sources of revenue that maybe you're bringing in. For those of you that are doing things like rebranding or launching new products, this bodes very well, because it's like whatever you're doing outside of your usual norm is bringing in the money, is securing new resources, new finances in some way. Six of Wands is great for money because it suggests a speeding up of the finances or the money that is coming to you as well, which is great. For your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your back, your spine and your heart. So all of this kind of area, right? Make sure you're looking after that part of you this week. For the home and environment, it's the Six of Wands. I mean, you know, you couldn't really ask for much more than that. What I usually say, because you've got the Emperor here as well, this may be a final settling of a challenge, an issue or a dispute of some kind, which could be great. So for your full moon in the sign of Virgo, so for those of you that are ascendant Capricorns, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, this is, but still relevant, this is happening in your 9th house. This is the house of higher education. It's the house of law and legal matters. The fact that you're having a full moon in the 9th house means that you could be settling a legal dispute of some sort. Something that's come up from the past or is needing to be laid to rest can now be being seen, right? This could be a moment where something is coming to a close or you're able to release it, but you're having to do so by looking at it starkly. The other thing as well, because it is a full moon in the 9th house, this is also the house of true spirituality, how and whereby you connect to the universal source, whatever you perceive to be God, basically. For this, you have the gate 54 and ambition. So through the stuff that this full moon is highlighting, this could end up bringing you an idea that is very lucrative. This could have something to do with publishing. It could have something to do with the internet. Could also have some, maybe not so much the internet, actually probably more to do with things like astrology, things like publishing, things that are ways that you can connect to more people with doing like the same amount of work, and one of those ways is through a book, through a blog. You get my point. All right, with that said, then I say that because the Gate 54 and Ambition card, this is about expanding and growing your finance or your earning potential. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.